I love it when we see behind the scene photos. We don't get to see a lot of stuff, but what we do get to see is when they are posted, what is in the background, what monsters can be shown, or what props that we can see, so we can kind of speculate what's going on. And today we have a banger of a video for you today, where we get to see the inside of the Power Ranger mind, the Power Ranger warehouse, where all the monsters are kept. So let's go and have a look at them. So first of all, I saw this image like shifting around the internet, doing its daily rounds to quite a few people, and the Ranger community has been able to kind of source where all this information is, and I'm going to kind of read it out to you so you can say like, oh, that's really, really cool at the same time. So Ranger Board here have posted the image, again, posted around the internet, and we just see it's a generally nice thing. Like, it's actually kind of really cool. When you see like Minotaur and stuff like this, it feels like he's not a bad guy. It just feels like he wants to be loved and he wants to come into your home and give you cuddles. I don't know why, but it's really cool. I kind of knew something along the lines of what I'm about to say. So Deoxy360, he mentions this as well, and Simon has confirmed multiple times when it came to the Cosmic Fury suits and also to this now, that basically they design it over, say, over in New Zealand, and then they kind of get Toei to make it, which is a really cool thing because Toei still is able to kind of have more of an input into Power Rangers. And I kind of wanted to show you that obviously Simon has mentioned it here. Basically, Ranger Board also mentioned that it's like, oh hey, Zyuohger, Kyuranger, and Lupat monster suits, which we can see here. Now, this is a generally kind of interesting thing because we know that Hasbro, as well as like the Power Ranger productions, when they make this, they sometimes borrow other suits all along. They use suits that we may never see in adaptations, so it's kind of cool seeing what monsters that they have here. So these are some of the monsters right now. This is basically from Legion of Boom, and he has mentioned that you've got Bungle Ray from Zyuohger, you have Jumatsu from Kyuranger, and you have Pekka Zeppelin from Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger. Now, I generally think that this is going to be a really cool thing to see how and why they're going to be in here. Apparently, they're all monsters, you know, the robots. So again, Deoxy has mentioned that Scrozzle may be making them for Lord Zed. Very interesting, but I would quite like to see maybe someone else make them. You know, obviously Scrozzle can't keep making all the robots, and obviously the Rangers are going to be going around the universe. So it would make sense that maybe some of these monsters are basically being made or have existed for millennia. I don't have a clue. We'll find out when Cosmic Fury drops. But there's also one down here, this monster, which we literally have him as Dogyukin, I think. I will show you who it is. But first of all, let's have a look at these monsters. So this is the one from Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger. Very kind of really cool design. When someone mentioned this, I was like, oh yeah, shit, there's the safe. Like, there's the safe in there. So I'm wondering how they're going to kind of put this in. Are they going to reference Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger? Or is this a way that we're going to bring in Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger in some sort of way? I'm kind of okay with this. I would love it if they brought in the Don, because I thought he would have been quite cool as like the person that would go after Lord Zed or something like that. But his design is a pretty cool one. This is the one where I thought people were saying he's from Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger, but no, this is from Kyuranger. And I love the missiles. It looks really cool. So when we look back at the photo here, he's right there. And then obviously you've got the one I said previously, there's this helmet here. And then this bad guy here, this, you know, is him. I couldn't find a wiki page for him. But he looks pretty cool, to be fair. Something that I would say would be like last level boss type thing. So I don't know if he is the kind of the last person. And when you see it here, it says the Mega Beast Hunter Bungle Ray. It just reminds me of Bungle from Rainbow. If you know Rainbow, you know. If not, it's an interesting thing. So obviously, it doesn't look like he could be a robot as far as I can tell. I've not seen Kyuranger. So again, if you know, or Zyuohger, if you know this, let me know down below in the comments. Now, this is the next guy that they mentioned. This is Dogyan. I think I got his name right. If not, And he was in episode Space 32, Orion Forever, Kamen Rider Saber, and Kiki Sentai Zenkaija. Is he in Zenkaija? Okay, I didn't know that. Super Zenki. Okay, so he's like a one-off monster. Okay, but looking at him, he looks pretty cool, to be honest. I don't really remember him, to be fair. But it would be something that, obviously, if they're bringing this in, they're big monsters. Now, Deoxy mentions, and I think some other people have mentioned, that they've mentioned taking, like, say, they need space in the warehouse and stuff like this. And I always kind of thought that with Sentai and Power Rangers working together, or Toei and Hasbro, Saban, Disney, whoever, that they just shifted all the monster suits. Like, we finished with them, you can send them back, or you can throw them away, whichever one that you want. Just send it that way. So I always kind of thought it was interesting to see that. Generally, just kind of seeing these sorts of monsters, I'm really, really interested to see what's going to go on much later on, or how this is going to work. So we know we have at least maybe one monster. So we have 4 monsters that are possibly going to have 1 episode each in kind of Cosmic Fury. Yeah, I'm all up for this. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comments. If you like this sort of content, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out the channel memberships. And with that, I'm going to leave it right there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat. Your help does go a long way to support the channel, and if you want to consider helping the channel, then links to my Patreon as well as the channel members are listed below.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。